I've been waiting so long for this. Jakub finally integrated his IWALS project into the game animation sample project, which is now called the Adventure Game Locomotion System, or AGLS for short. This project is so huge, I don't even know where to start. I will obviously be going through all of this in a second, but first I do want to just check out the game. I want to see how everything feels, what we can do. So one of the new features that we have here is going upstairs, and we can go down the stairs. And I think it looks better if we're walking. So if we walk up the stairs, you can see it looks slightly better. Walking down the stairs looks really good. We still have all of the other normal stuff like sprinting. We can crouch. I wonder if yeah, that's really cool. We can crouch and it's not going through the wall. We can loot stuff, interact with stuff basically. What's this, a box? Nice. How do I get rid of the box? Okay, cool. Obviously there's still going to be some bugs because the project is really huge. You can't expect it to be perfect right now since this is version 1 as well. Especially swimming looks really good. I do want to test out some of the climbing mechanics as well. Dynamic ledge climbing V2. Oh nice, look at this. We can stray through the wall and the narrow edge. Man, this feels so good. This is literally Uncharted. Jakub literally made Uncharted for $10. This is crazy, man. This guy's an absolute legend. Yeah, let's test out some of the ropes as well. So we can press F to get out a rope. And I have noticed, let me say before I jump, that in the last version, the rope swinging looked very weird. Like it didn't look great. So let's test this out, see if we still have that problem. Oh yeah, that looks so much. That's so good. Dude, that is so good. I've been waiting for this. Oh man, I'm so excited. We can pull up on the rope and slide down the rope. Release with F, Shift and W. Okay, let's test that out. So if I hold Shift and S, yeah, nice. We're actually sliding down the rope. And if I press W, we're climbing up the rope. Really cool. Really cool stuff. Okay, let's just jump down and die. Just bounces off the floor. I do kind of want to test out the height damage as well, the fall damage, because in the last version, if you jumped off something like, say here, you would die instantly. So let's see what happens. Okay, cool. We lost a little bit of life, but we didn't die. Perfect. Let's see how this feels. Alright, so it's slightly buggy. It's a little bit buggy, but it's to be expected. Let's test out the bow. So we need a bag for the bow. We can bring out the bow. Nice. What about the pistol? Interesting that we don't have an aim to see if the binoculars work as well. Yep, definitely works. So we can obviously still do all of the traversal actions from the game animation sample project. That's to be expected. Ah, this project is so sick. I'm 100% gonna integrate Combat Fury into this project. Oh man, I can't wait. There's one thing that I do want to try out. So I've added a character here. I've added my Street Boy character. Let's see if we change the character, let's see how it works. So if we go into the blueprint and then go to body mesh, and let's search for our Street Boy. Nice. Okay, it's looking good so far. And let's go to the mesh and disable visibility, and let's check this out, see if the hands are working properly. So if we grab like our rifle or something like that, yeah, sweet, it's working absolutely perfect. Let's see, what about the bow? Yep, the hands are exactly where they're supposed to be. Oh, this is so sweet, man. I can't believe this project is $10. That's absolutely insane to me that this is $10. Okay, I need to stop messing around. All right, so let's just read some of this stuff in the post post here. In the project, not all animations will be included. Animations like the stealth finishes. Yeah, okay. We know all about this stuff by now. We can move on. I present the first results of my work on introducing the motion matching system into the Interaction with ALS project. In this project, the motion matching logic was particularly derived from the GASP project recently made available by Epic Games. Thanks to MM, the basic locomotion system appears more natural and dynamic, which it 100% does. Currently, the GASP project only implemented 2 gate states. I decided to add an additional one to have 3 states, just like in ALS. I also added many elements to the pole search database, such as crouching, collision, reactions, quick direction changes, transitions between standing and crouching, walking on stairs, and others. What are other changes compared to IWALS project? At the moment, there are quite a few. These changes are visible both in the final locomotion and in the logic of the code itself. Many blueprint elements have been replaced with C++, for example, recalculating basic data such as is moving, acceleration, speed, and many others. It is worth noting that variables defined in C++ class usually end with the suffix C. Currently, I have decided to rebuild the overlay changing system. For this purpose, I decided to use the asynchronous class loading. Thanks to this solution, overlays are not always loaded into memory, but only at the moment of their initiation. This solution also allows adding unequipped states in the future, which I have planned. More information such as pros and cons can be found in the blueprint comments. Motion matching now also supports predictable jumps, which selects the jump animation based on the calculation landing position. The animation base is not fully complete and will be further expanded along with the project. Traversal actions from GASP project contains more animations. This system does not only work on selected objects, but every collision is interpreted. However, sometimes problems arise in the case of complex collisions due to the lack of 3-dimensional collisions in this instance. Whenever possible, it is worth using convex collisions, especially in the case of the mesh. The stair walking logic will also be expanded because currently the detection of whether the player is moving on stairs is implemented based on the spear trace to check if the IK object channel is blocked. At the moment, the cover system crawling or zombies are not supported. It should be possible to add these in the next version. Yeah, I hope we do get the zombies at least. Cover system 100% too. Cleaning up old content from this project has also not been completed. One of the reasons for this is that I have not yet fully assessed which resources can be safely removed. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty reasonable. Significant changes have also been made to the IK. Currently, the basic locomotion for IK solution is done through the foot placement node. However, for example, in the case of climbing, this task is handled by a control rig and manually calculating the required foot positions. The foot placement node has severe drawbacks, one of which is that the alpha version for selected bone can only be set through an animation curve. This node also has a built-in foot lock system. By default, this is enabled, but I have not focused on detailed configuration, so sometimes the leg position can be locked in the wrong place. Of course, I will try to fix this. Compared to the ALS project, the skeleton has been slightly modified. I added a new bone named attached. Will the project continue to be developed? Of course. At the moment, I have many plans. An important element of the project's development will be released of Unreal Engine 5.5 along with updates to the GASP project. In my case, the main plan changes are adding a cover and crawl system, more detailed animation for pole search, and additional locomotion such as injured or tired. That's sick. I would really like the tired one. Improving overlay animations due to incomplete compatibility with GASP poses. Performance improvements such as introducing asynchronous loading for the ability system, adding locomotion for AI including zombies, can't wait for that. Rebuilding and introducing new AI logic as the current systems are outdated. This might take more time. Adding better transitions between more systems such as jumping to grabbing a ledge or beam, etc. Improving for IK and many other elements of the player's animation logic. Attempting to cover animation logic such as sliding or swimming system to motion matching. Providing a proper retarget asset that allows characters to be transferred transferred from UE4 skeleton to UE5 during this game. That would be pretty fucking sick. I hope this project will be able to meet your expectations. It has blown my expectations. At the moment, it may contain errors or bugs. Over time, most of this should be fixed. On a scene without any AI controllers, my computer was able to generate around 80 to 95 FPS on high graphic settings. Yeah, here's the download project files, and it's for UE 5.4, obviously, since GASP is an only 5.4 project. But that also means that once you download this, you're not going to need any plugins that you need to change or anything like that. So that's really cool. In my case, I really love that. But yeah, I kind of wanted to show you guys how to import these animations into the project. First, you're going to need the animations, and I won't lie to you guys, these animations are kind of expensive. Like, they're over £30. This one's £42, for example. But if you do have these animations, then what you would need to do is export the animations to an FBX file. So the animations that you would need. And if we go back to Jakub's and we scroll down, you'll have a list of not included animations list right here, which we can download. And these will show you all of the animations that you would need. So you just have to convert these animations to FBX. And then once you have those animations, I've got them here. So what you'll want to do is go to content browser, go to advanced locomotion v4, character assets, animations, and then you'll have attack and fight here. So we can open up attack and fight, and you'll have the stealth finishes here and the brutal finishes here. So what do I have over here? What am I looking at? I'm looking at the brutal finishes. So if we open up the brutal finishes, and this will be hand to hand. So what you would want to do is literally just grab all of your FBX ones, drag them into here, let that import. And I've already done this, by the way, but I'm just showing you. And then if you get this right here, all you need to do is just click on cancel, and then it will tell you import was cancelled. But then all of these will be done. So now if we go into all of these, animations will be working fine. I can't show you ones that aren't working fine because these are already done. But yeah, that's how you basically import animations. Let me know what you guys want to see, if you want to see more tutorials on this project. But what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to try to integrate combat theory into this project. Yeah, just let me know what you guys want to see, and yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one.